One of the top stories in 2010 in terms of the NASCAR Nationwide Series was the arrival of Danica Patrick, stepping out of an IZOD Indy car into a NASCAR stock car with little or no practice and experience. She had a few laps here and there of practice on other tracks, but then goes to Daytona and races pretty effectively there. But let's look back at the 2010 season, Andy, and let's evaluate what Danica Patrick did.
Well, like you said, she did start out well at Daytona. I was actually very surprised on how well she ran, how she handled the draft. We go to the second race of the year, and it really wasn't anywhere close to as good as it was at Daytona. And I think that was when reality set in, that this is not easy. This is a very difficult thing to do. But she dug her heels in. I felt like she had flashes of brilliance. We saw a couple of times where she was very competitive, and so I think she's going to build on that. Hopefully this year she'll do well.
Well, sure, qualifying got better and better, and she finished the year with a top 20 finish at Homestead. Now, what about expectations for 2011?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she can have success in NASCAR. The problem is, and the deficit that she faces, is that she's not going about it the same way that her competitors are. They're full-time. Having said all that, when she chooses to make NASCAR full-time, I think the expectations should be sky high. The schedule appears to be the same as it was in 2010. I think she's still going to face a headwind because you can't do anything part-time and be as good as the guys that do it, full-time.
Marty, step back if you would, and let's just look at the big picture. What is the impact of Danica Patrick on the sport of NASCAR racing?
It certainly brought eyes, and it was a huge story when she came in 2010. But moving forward, now that she's here and we know that she wants to be here, it's all about going fast and continuing to improve, because if you don't run well, you're not relevant. I don't care who you are. You have to be competitive in order to be relevant. So I think that if she was competitive, if she was able to be a top 10 or 15 driver, huge. I mean, it would have a massive impact on this sport. It would draw new eyes, sponsorship opportunities, on and on and on.
I love the fact that Tony Eury Sr., Pops Eury, who led Dale Earnhardt Sr. to 2 championships, and his son Tony Eury Jr. aren't people that are easily impressed. And I think as the season progressed, both of them were impressed with Danica Patrick's growth in the car and outside of the car in terms of what she was able to do with a stock car. And they think 2011, the best is yet to come.